Hello, welcome to Train Sim World 6, where on today's video, I'm going to do a scenario for the first time in a while. I think we'll do one on the Preston to Carlisle route. Let's do this one. 6 Zulu 53, Heysham Harbour to Crewe. Nuclear Flask wagons behind Class 47. Collect empty flask wagons off the Heysham Harbour branch and commence the run south to Crewe for storage. I didn't even realise that the Nuclear DLC added scenarios to this route. That means it's a whole week of nuclear trains. Before the video really gets going, I'm going to apologise for not filming the Atherstone ball game. I had a dodgy tummy on Tuesday, so I stayed indoors all day. And I'm actually recording this on Thursday, so I can honestly say that. If you were looking forward to it, sorry. I would have filmed it if I'd been feeling okay. But I just wasn't feeling up to it. Anyway, hopefully this scenario will load quite quickly. And we can see... Here we go. 6 Zulu 53, Heysham Harbour to Crewe sidings. We'll be behind a Class 47, because the Morecambe branch is not electrified. And we start in Morecambe, which is okay. Let's just get a... Welcome to 6753, sat alongside Morecambe Station. Once the wagons arrive at Heysham Harbour, you'll need to couple up and prepare for departure. Oh, arrive from, so... Why is my controller not working? Let's try plugging the other lead in. Without spilling my water, please. Not gonna work. Why is my controller not working? Oh, that's better. Oh, I've got a second man. Get the AWS working. Where's the other one? It's unisolated. Okay. So we want marker lights. Oh, they're on. We want headlights on. Make sure everything's switched on correctly. Engine start. Straight brake. Screen wipers working. There's an 08 bringing in the 2 nuclear flask wagons. Okay. I will set the reverser to forward. Ooh, it's a nice looking one. Let's get a screenshot of my, that's the loco, 47634, and we've got the FNAs. We've got 3 of them, plus 2 brake wagons, or Mark 1 BGs, which will have been cascaded into. I need to change that so it's not in auto. The 08's ever so slightly higher than the NH8, as they call it. Oh, it's the Wigan shunter. Okay, let's go back. Before we go, I will have to go into a little bit of brake. I'm going to have to go into camera mode 3. And change that, otherwise I won't be able to do anything. Okay, brakes off. Just crawl forward. Got to go beyond the station throat. Ooh, a bit too quick there. Don't want to be speeding. Let's hear the sound of the engine. Okay, I've got a second woman. I need to stop before the red signal. But also beyond all the point work, so the points change. Okay, let's go into an out view so we can see back along the cab, back along the loco. I haven't done any videos in Morecambe yet. Once we coupled up, I'll show what Morecambe looks like in-game. It is actually quite realistic. We'll go beyond this signal. I wonder if I'll have to swap cabs. Stop. Okay. Request permission to return to the station. That's not why. Why is get up? I want to get up. It's one of the other buttons. That works. Proceed at restricted speed. Release the brakes. A little bit of power to get going. Can't have the power handle anything less than 26%. It's either on 26%, off, going a bit too quick into here, I have to slow down a bit earlier. A little bit hard coupling, which I don't want to do with nuclear flasks. Apply the loco brake. Yep. Let's go into this view so I can see when I'm close. Brake, 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 brake! Coupled up. That was... We're just running empties down to Crooks Bay. No doubt we'll be ferrying them back to Sellafield soon enough. Okay. Let's just make sure that I won't couple from the... Oh, the 08's over there, is it? Okay. Hello, 08. Let's go into photo mode and get a picture of my train. And then one of the gorgeous looking Wigan TMD 08 with its white rimmed buffers. And then there's a Class 101, which is going to Lancaster. We'll probably be following it. Anyway, Morecambe. You've got the theme park. You've got an amazing looking station. You've got some birds that are just hovering in the air while I'm in this mode. You can actually walk out here to look at the things. There's the station. Let's move over a little bit. So it's a bit more central and there's nothing blocking each end. Then you've got seafront, which does look quite realistic. I don't know what building that is. You can walk in first person mode to the end of this breakwater. There's this cafe that you can look at. You can come over here, get another look at the... Let's do it so it's like that. You can go all the way over here, see Morecambe Pier. You can't actually walk to the pier, unfortunately. I don't think so, anyway. But it's an impressive bit of... I don't know how far you can actually go. I don't know whether you can look at the pier. I'm going to have a look. See how far the camera will go. Before I start this scenario properly. And head to Preston. Because that's as far as this one will go, because you can't go, they won't go any further. Okay. What's over here? You've got a bit here. You can see the pier better now. There's bandstand there. I don't know what that is. Maybe sea zoo or something like that. Or marina. Or, I don't know, aquarium or something. Haha, Poolworths instead of Woolworths. There's a little walkway. Benedict's Amusements. There's the bandstand with the pier behind it. How far along the seafront can the cameras go? There. Won't go any further than that. Okay. That's not too bad. There's a... I don't know what... That looks like... seating for when they have the air show. Proper telephone box. And then old goods shed. Which is out of use. And then back to the station. So we'll head off now. Stop at location, Preston in 23 miles. Release the brakes. Oh, we've got to wait. Denied, wait for signal to change. If I just release these brakes a little bit and pull forward, I can see where the brake signal is. Signal is, I think it's the ground signal's there. I'm going to have to follow it. Clear, so we can definitely go. Right. Wait for the brakes to come completely off. So I'm going to recharge, so that'll speed the release brakes off. There we go. Green and then a red. We'll be following the Lancaster train. It's just a case of coasting here. I'll use the straight brake for slowing down when we come to first red. Something I do like with this route, once I get to a certain point, about there, you can go inside the signal boxes, and then you get... There are collectibles in these, like this castle, which I've already done, so that's how I knew I could get in this signal box. It's got a lot of levers, quite a few of them are unused, those are the white ones. There's a bardic lamp. There's signalman's coffee or tea. Computer. My class 47 in the background. And ooh, that mug says Preston. It's quite a... There's also some mints that I've eaten. Can't see what they say. Ronnie's Cumbrian mint snack. But it's a decent little thing that you can go inside the signal box to investigate. You can do it on foot, which is how you get the collectibles. But it's... Do you want your wipers on? You can see what's in front of you then, young lady. Right, we've gone past green signal, next one's green and then red. That Lancaster train will be stopping at... I think it's... I don't know what the intermediate station is. Oh, it's cleared. It's got to yellow, so it can just... It's double track, so we don't have to worry about... That's a cool thing, the Morecambe train. Class 101. Going past our empty nuclear flask wagons. Like that. There we go. I'm just coasting because I'm not at the point where I can go up to 30 yet. I just thought. I know what's not on the back of this. Oh, it is. Thank you, Mr. Mr. Something else you can do, you can put a bardic lamp on them. I found that out just by a little bit of messing around. I know the signal's yellow, and I know the next one's red. Because the Lancaster train will be stopped at whatever the... halfway, there it is, it's in the station. That is Bear Lane, or Ball Lane. If I could zoom in enough. Bear Lane. Add a little bit of power. Just until I get near the signal and then I'll stop. You can tell there used to be a semaphore there by the white behind where the colour light signal is. That was so that the signal did not get lost against the brickwork. Modern colour light signals don't need that. Let's have an extra bit of light in the front, shall we? It's miserable weather. Might as well have an extra bit of forward light in the form of the turn that on, you see. It's a pity we've got to follow the local train. Oh well. Prepared to use the horn. I'm going to need the train brake. Is that set to passenger or freight? Just reminded me. Good, so that's okay. I don't want to use the wrong brake. If I just go at this speed, by the time I get to the signal it should clear to yellow. And we can just go straight through bare lane. And then continue. I can see the red signal because it's straight track all the way down. Let's just put throttle completely. And just coast. It's 15 miles an hour just after bare lane because there's a level crossing. Then 25 miles an hour beyond that, because we got the junction, which was a triangular junction. South to Lancaster and Preston, north to Carnforth and Carlisle. The local train is still in the platform at the moment. I can actually see it in the platform. So I may actually have to put the brake on and stop short of the platform. Okay, I can do that. Doesn't really matter. Sorry about the stuttering on my laptop. It's been doing that since the latest update to, or downdate to Windows. Which is a little bit annoying, but I can't do anything about it. I have tried. Putting the brakes on. There's the AWS ramp, which will sound the alarm. Going to get as close to the signal as we can. Lancaster train is currently still in section a little bit. Yep, it's in the platform still. So we need to stop here. Please. There we go. Just watch for when the to that. Do that. Go and look at the Lancaster service, see if it's ready to depart. It's still got its doors open. Okay. Waiting for my laptop to think. There we go, there's the Lancaster service. Let's get a screenshot of that in the platform. I can do that from here without any major issue then. There we go, Lancaster in the platform at Boar Lane. Here's the reason for the 15 miles an hour. Goes from twin track to Morecambe, and then it's two separate lines, two separate bi-directional lines. Left hand one is the northbound, right hand one is the southbound. What's that red stuff? Oh, it's the Orange Army. Hello. Are you frozen? This is a nice little station. Bear Lane. Not Boar Lane. Keeps on calling it Boar Lane, it's Bear Lane. You can see my train in the background now. Because I'm at this thing. We are on this bit. We're going down to Preston instead of up to Carlisle. I do wish the Windermere line was included, because that would be quite an interesting line to go along. Can we go in this signal box as well? Yes. Here's Bear Lane signal box with its track map. You can see there's a train by the slotted by Preston signal, or what number is it? It doesn't let me see. You can see my is lit up. It's not showing the one in the platform. Let's get a picture of that. This signal box controls the junction and the level crossing, which is down because I'm waiting. Can we see my train? Not quite. But it's quite interesting that you can actually see the signal, the level crossing. And then that looks quite good with the one now in the background. We'll wait for this to depart. It will then go to the junction, cross over onto the southbound line, which we will also be going on. Before, there we go, it's about to go. It hasn't got its lights on, I've just noticed. It's naughty, it's supposed to have its lights on. Bye bye. I can't do anything until it signals door. Let's try something. Sorry about making a weird thing on the camera, but I want to see if I can open the cab door. As it comes up with cab door quote. Yes, I can. Haha. Okay, that's naughty. Shouldn't be able to do that, but let's see if it's still open when get back to when I pass it at Lancaster. Right. Let's get the brakes onto there. Keep an eye on signal. Once it goes to yellow, I'll be starting off. And as with that Class 101, we'll be running wrong road to Lancaster. So we may get a signal check and go. We go. Not to do that to be able to do the horn. And coast, because we don't want to be going above 15 miles an hour. Once again, we'll probably have to stop when we get to junction onto the main line. But this isn't an urgent train. And it is 15 miles an hour as we go onto the over the junction onto the southbound line just here, which is why I'm not accelerating. There's the 15 mile an hour board. It's 15 miles an hour between here and, well, once we're clear of the points, thanks the whole train clear of the points. There should be a 25, there it is, on the right, level with the 45. Once again, I will not get up to that speed because signal in front of me, it's cleared. Okay, it's gone to yellow. A little bit of speed up as we head to the West Coast Mainline from the Morecambe branch. Morecambe branch is still there, as is the bit down to the dock, though that's not as, neither Morecambe nor that bit had as much track as they did when this route set, which is 1986. Something's loading in. Causing my laptop to struggle. Okay, I'm going to cut power again. Because I'm going to have to slow down to 10 miles an hour when we get to the junction with the West Coast Mainline. And as with the modern day running, these flasks are limited to 60 miles an hour. Let's bring the speed down over. Going up a hill, so I need a bit of throttle, otherwise I'll stall. West Coast Mainline is still a fair way away. You can just see one of the OLE or OHLE towers, I believe, or is that a signal? OHLE mast. Overhead line electrification. Or it could be a signal. I can't tell. I'm stalling. I need a bit of power. This is quite a tight curve to be doing 10 miles an hour on. So I'm trying not to go too fast. My laptop is seriously struggling, so there's something coming past. Next signal's gone to yellow, so I'll be able to go up to speed. I will cut throttle before I get down. Should get down to 10 before we get to the 10 mile an hour point. What if I do that? Yeah, and slightly over. A little bit of straight brake to slow down. Go. Is there a crossover? Yes, there is. So we've got a little bit of bank road running before we cross over onto the up line, because it's always up to London. We're now under the wires, which we stay under all the way to Preston in 23 miles. We go up to 25, next signal's green. Actually get up to 60 once we are fully on the main line. So let's go up to 60. There's the mouse. With 60 miles an hour, which is the maximum speed for these F&A wagons. The sun's tried to come out now, but it's still raining, so I can't turn the windscreen wipers off. Got a short distance before Lancaster, and we'll see that other biennial again. See if the doors are still open. fact that I could open it while it was moving is a bit random. Shouldn't be able to do that. But, oh well, I did. Signal. Following signals green. More power. Something's loading in. Probably into city. Soon find out. The DMU should already be in memory, so this will be something else loading in. Go up to full throttle. Keep an eye out for whatever train's just loaded in. As I said, the latest Windows downdate has caused issues. I'm not getting the same frame rates as I was before. That's probably what caused the issue with two Flask 20s on the two-part nuclear service on West Coast Mainline South with the Flask 20s. I wasn't having issues like this before the latest update. It's not just this that it's affecting, so I know it's not anything to do with the game. It affects other programs and games equally as badly, so latest supposed update, more a downdate. I'll have to see if I can remove bits of it that aren't 100% necessary. It's really annoying that it does this. Going from having smooth running to almost non-existent running is really annoying. Put it mildly. Plus 87 on an intercity service. So I will switch into photo mode in seconds. About now. I know the keyboard hot link, so I can do it that way. There's my train again. Let's just... I can tell my laptop's struggling. It shouldn't be loading anything in like this, but it's not working as smoothly. Something's working and I don't know what, because I turn all background background processes off and it just plays up. That's my train under the wires, and let's see what the name on this 87 is in plain blue. It is Hallow the Wind. Let's get a screenshot of Hallow the Wind. see what number it is. 87031. I think that bit of bush is actually quite good. It's well placed. And okay, where's the driver? You're supposed to be at the other end, not looking at the coaches. Why are you this end? Silly person. Oh well. We'll pretend to be the driver. And get a screenshot of my train through the window. Okay, let's carry on. We go past Carlisle Route and it's 10 coach train. We're nearly up to 60 miles an hour, which is good. Because that's the maximum speed we're allowed to go. We should be on the avoiding lines at Lancaster. Putting power. So that I don't speed over the bridge. As I said, that latest Windows update has messed around with the ability of my laptop to run smoothly. It's just struggling no end. And I'm getting annoyed with it. Lancaster River Bridge or Viaduct. As I've said before, you can actually walk along on that little walkway, but you can't access the track from that walkway, and you can't access that walkway from the track. It's weird. We are going straight through. I will take a look at the DMU as to whether it's got the doors open again. In the bay platform as I expected. Would love to know why my laptop is doing this. What component Windows or Microsoft included that is causing my laptop to do this. As I said before the update, it wasn't doing this. It's only since the update, which was 2 weeks ago. Ever since then, constant stuttering, which is annoying. What I'm going to do, we are on the avoiding line, which is good. Go into photo mode. There's my train again. 47634. Take that off. And because my laptop's locking up, it spins around too far. Okay, just that in Lancaster. And yes, the doors are open. The driver's doors on both sides. It didn't close them. It'll probably depart back to Morecambe with the doors open. It's quite funny that you can do that. They shouldn't be open when it's going. But let's get a screenshot. It's in the bay platform at Lancaster. Get another one. Then we've got our train. There's a gasometer there. And our 3 nuclear wagons. Football pitches. Weirdly organised. Really weirdly organised. There's the gasometer. There's a chimney there. There's the church. And Lancaster Castle. Just there. What's Lancaster Station building look like? Can we see the other side of it? You've got a road that goes over the station. There's the station building. Not as detailed as it could be. But there's no need for this side to be detailed normally. Because you wouldn't normally be out this side. You'd normally... didn't know you could be there. You'd normally be seeing it from the platform only. I do like the way you get on the steps of this. You go inside and then up. You can't go on this bit in game because it's closed off, and it's staff only on this bit. Oh, that's cool. Ooh, that's a cool view. Can you go out there? Yes. There's the other side of it. Okay, up a bit. I want a bit where... There we go. It's an interesting design. British Rail Lancaster. Then you've got an island platform. And in here, As you can see, I've done the collectibles, because there's the mints. Is it down here? There's poster. West Highland Wanderer. There's the route map. Can't remember anything else. There's an old billboard. It's not one of the collectibles. There's a luggage brute that you have to collect. So you can walk around there, because I've done it. There is a lot of detail on this route, most of which, when you're driving, you don't notice. Like luggage. That abandoned billboard. Boarding a moving train could lead you in. There's the castle for this bit. The model. There's another luggage brute. They've only just got off. Okay, so that's only just arrived. Rail bar. You know what? Do that and I'll carry on driving. We should now have, when my laptop's loaded in, clear all the way to Preston. Could be clear signals. We are not following anything. We may have to go into a goods loop because we're a slow train and West Coast Mainline is relatively fast. We're going almost half, or just over half the speed. Half the speed limit even, at our maximum. Won't know until start seeing information pop up about that. Over the canal, which I have taken screenshots from before, so I'm not going to do so today. $20 to Preston. A bit more speed. We're going to put one in 94, so we need a bit more speed. Or a bit more on the throttle, so that we're going to go a little bit quicker. Something's loading in. Okay, we'll see what's coming the other way, because that's what's loading in. The really annoying thing about this, I did that 4¼ hour video and there was virtually no stuttering. This is a much shorter run and it's stuttering quite badly. As I said, that Windows update, as I put it, has messed with things. I will have to look and see if there's something running that can be turned off, because it is just really annoying. We're doing half of the line speed, 55 miles an hour, and it's a 110 mile an hour line speed here. Oh well, we'll keep going. Oh, didn't mean to hit the microphone then, so sorry. I had to scratch an itch on my ear. It's going to be over half an hour, and it'll be longer because of the stuttering. As I'm actually recording this the day before it goes live, I'm not going to stop and re-record. If I was recording it far in advance, then yes, I would. But I'm not. So, I'm not going to. A week ago, I'd actually planned to spend tomorrow in Birmingham, because the famous green steam engine is going between Birmingham Moor Street and Dorwich a few times, and it would have been nice to go and film it. Unfortunately, I have not got the money to get a train there. And I switch the wipers off, because I think it stopped raining now. Of course it's locked up, so I can't even move the screen or the view to look for the wiper control. Something is loading in. I just don't know what. Come on. Let me find the wiper control. Let's park it first. It's still raining, I'm just putting my wiper on. Okay, it looked as though it stopped raining, it hasn't. It's just the stuttering making it look as though it's not raining. I would love to know why Windows has to mess up when they do these updates, or Microsoft, whatever. Funny thing is, I could probably try one of the older routes, like Northern Transpennine, East Coast Way, Bakerloo, and it'd still happen. For the simple fact that this Windows down date is messing everything up. There is so much bloatware with every single one of their updates, some of which you really don't need. I mean, I don't use Microsoft Edge. I uninstall it every time they put it on, and still every update they replace it, which really annoys me, because I don't like it. And every update makes at least one thing break, which, as you can see at the moment, it's graphics hungry games. Shouldn't be doing this. Wasn't doing it before the update. I might try backdating to previous version of Windows, or previous update for Windows, because I can't be doing with this all the time. It is just too annoying. As I said, I'm not going to rage quit. Feel like it, but I'm not going to. Ooh, nice violent. I want to get this video done and uploaded, so I'll keep going. Oh, I'm slowing down too much. I wasn't paying attention to my speed then. $17 miles to Preston. Ooh, yellow van. As I said, my laptop plays this route normally without much stuttering. For it to be this bad, there has got to have been something done with that update to Windows that is just breaking things. It runs briefly at 26 frames a second, and then it stutters. It's just ridiculous. Microsoft just don't care. They'll push out an update without making sure it's compatible with applications and games. They don't care if other programs break. They just don't want their buggy program to break. Really annoying when they do it. This is almost broken. And it is really annoying. We're 58 miles an hour now. 15 miles to go. It's about 20-25 minutes. I'll probably not go into photo mode again because, well, my laptop is really struggling at the moment, even though it can normally play this route. It's just really annoying me. We're nearly at one of the goods loops. Wow, we had 2 seconds at reasonable quality. It's just silly that it's doing this. Really silly. It's almost like Windows is downloading something in the background, which it shouldn't be because I've got it set so that nothing downloads when I'm playing games. Bit more throttle, so we're dropping speed again. Neutral section on the overhead. As I said, soon be at Preston, which what do we have to do at Preston? We just have to arrive. Okay. It's quite a simple scenario. But with my laptop doing this, it's making it more complicated. When I've done this video, I will look at the update and whether there's anything I can remove that's non-essential. It's just really annoying when it does this. I mean, I've had months of relatively smooth running, and now it's just three videos in a row stuttering because it just does not want to work thanks to Windows Update. There's nothing even loading in when it's doing that stuttering. That's what's so annoying. If it was loading another train in, then I wouldn't mind. But there isn't anything loading in. Whoa, speeding. because it was frozen, it didn't recognise the input from my controller then, despite me going along. It's not the brake I want. Brake works better for slowing down brief bits. Direct brake slows me down too much. Straight brake is loco brake, basically. The fact that I can switch between straight brake and train brake, or loco brake and train brake, without using my keyboard is good. Oh, finally got another train loading in. Have a look at which engine this is. Same distance as the last photo mode. All I want to do is see which loco it is. Make the focal point like that so I can see better. Which loco is it? William Shakespeare, 87034. On an intercity. 10 coaches. The driver's in the back again. And once again, my laptop's playing up. You working again? See, no driver in the front. Instead, he's there. Or she's there. Though in the 80s it would have been men, not women. Has this one got a brake light on the back? Half the train hadn't loaded when I zoomed around then. It'll be 10 coaches. Will it have a brake light? Or a rear light? Or as they're correctly known, an FRED, flashing rear end device. Yes, it has got a Fred. Let's go down to there. That's a different type of shot. It's got the coupling in automatic coupling mode. Normally, because that couples up to the loco, that would be dropped. That's only when they're coupling up multiple Mark 3s or Mark 2s or Mark 1s, the Buckeye couplings. Because locos use the screw coupling. It's only if it's coupling up to an HST class 43 or other coaches for the Mark 3s. I mean, you can see it there. the screw link coupling. That bit there. You don't have the buckeye on the locos. You've got the screw link coupling, you've got the air brakes, you've got vacuum brakes, you've got two types of air brake on Class 47. There's multiple working. That'd be a bit scary to see in real life. You wouldn't see much after it, but even down here, look. Oh, that's not... That air pipe's not connected correctly. There is actually a little gap between the buffers, which there wouldn't actually be in normal mode. And between there, you've got the screw couplings. Has that got... That's a single air pipe, rather than the ETH. Yeah, that's electricity supply, not multiple working. And of course, on the back of mine, I've got Bardic lamp, which wouldn't normally have, and the Fred. Flashing rear end device. Is there a lamp bracket on the front of the 47? Yes. I wonder, can I put something on those? Let's go into... Hello. Go past shuttle. Let's go to the front of my train. On camera 3. Go back in the cab. We've got 12 miles to Preston. AWS knowledge. Below the wiper. Let me know. Got things over here like desk lights. I need to check desk lights off. Should be one for instrument lights. Ah, desk lights. It says, and you've got there cab lights. Not got any tunnels between here and Preston, but actually I'll leave the instrument lights on because you can see them better. Let's turn the cab light off. Don't need them on. Go. There's no pantographs on a Class 47 because it's a diesel. So can't press P to raise or lower non-existent pantograph, can I? Somewhere there's a... Is that part of the map work? Yeah. That will note as well. Never noticed that before. That's the emergency brake valve. Oh, slowing down again. Speed up a bit again. 10 miles. Got the engine stop, which we definitely got to press. Engine start. Straight brake. I've driven 100 miles in this version of a Class 47. Okay. Didn't realise I've not driven it that often. Good. And that is for this route. There's Class 47 from West Somerset Railway. Northern Trans-Pennine. Blackpool branches. In fact, Class 47's on quite a few routes. So, I've got a few variations of the Class 47. Time to put power again. 9.6 miles to Preston. Coming to the edge of Preston soon. This is, I believe, one of the goods loops. Coming up. There it is. That's it. No. Sure there's a goods loop, but there's the goods loop. Or maybe not. Looked like it was, but I don't know. It's nice to see double. and 7 miles to Preston. We're getting there. As I said, if my laptop hadn't been struggling, we'd probably have finished the video by now. It's not because I've got OBS running that it's locking up. So I've had the OBS running for every one of these videos since I started doing the recording. So that's over a year. and most of the time there's no issues. It's only if Windows do an update that messes with some of the settings. It could be a DirectX update, because that messes around. Going uphill, so I need a bit of throttle. .7 miles. I have no idea where the goods loop is. I was certain there's one between Lancaster and Preston. I just can't remember where. It's on the down side, which is the northbound side. I just can't remember where it was. Oh well. Won't see one now. Would have been quite good if this had been routed into goods loop, so that an express could go past. I mean, I had that with the southbound freight, so why not with the nuclear flasks? I don't know. Six and a half miles. So probably around 10-15 minutes. And the scenario will be finished. Slow down too much. At least not before we start getting to the speed limits. Preston is a 20-mile-an-hour limit, if I remember rightly. Don't want to be speeding as we pull into the station. I'll be able to stop. Without passing signals as well. And that's how that 4¼ hour video a few weeks ago ended. I went sailing at 2 miles an hour past a red signal, which was not a good way to end a video that had spent over 4 hours doing. Something I'd love to do with this, a steam hauled freight over the line. That would be interesting. Steam freight over Shap. Would be challenging, trying to maintain speed as you go over the top of Shap. I think in the timetable you can take one of the steam services and do a rail tour over it. Would it be interesting taking a freight, something like an 8F or a 4F, from Preston to Carlisle? There's goods loop. And strangely, there's a goods in the loop. Which locos on the steel carriers? Means that there's a northbound passenger service going past. There's the loco, and it is Thane of Fife. Get another shot. What number is that? 87033. It's got steel coils. Probably going to a steelworks. And it's stopped in the correct place. That's actually a good shot. Go like that with the pump there. Has that got a red light on the back? With the steel wagons, it'll be an old fixed red, not a thread. So it'll be a proper lamp. Does it have one? Yep. And it's illuminated. They're actually quite detailed lamps, considering you don't normally stop and look at them. The amount of detail put on these lamps is... It even got BR on the top. The old overhead warning flash. That's something I've noticed about these nuclear wagons. They are the modern FNA wagons, which is why they're green. That means instead of the white with red, as in that for the overhead live wires, and that, it'll have yellow. Danger, overhead live wires. That's not really... I've just realised these FNAs are a lot more detailed than all the other stuff. Maybe it's the wagons that are causing the issues. There's the 87 in steel. Could be the wagons, their detail. I might try a scenario without nuclear wagons. Do that for Monday's video. But try one where I've not got the nuclear wagons involved. Because all three videos that I've had issues with have had these FNA nuclear flask wagons. possible that it's the wagons that are causing the issue. Once I've sorted this video out, as in edited it and done the processing, using DaVinci Resolve, which is actually what the BBC use, I will try and do a scenario, same route, without nuclear wagon. Might be the wagons that are causing the issues on this game, though why it would affect other games, I don't know. I will try that, though it's intermittent, so it might be the wagons, it might not be the wagons. It's more likely Windows silly updates, or as I put them, down dates. 3.5 miles. That's a drainage ditch. Should be passing another express at some point. Again, so much speeding. Still can't see what the speed limit at Preston is. The next one is still higher than these wagons are allowed to go. I was right that there was a goods loop between Lancaster and Preston. I'm glad of that. I have to admit, this is one of my favourite routes. The detail on it is amazing. There are things that, when you're doing intercity runs, which is Preston to Carlisle without stopping, or Preston, Lancaster, Carlisle, you don't notice. Like the cable drums that are on the line side. It's normally along here you're doing 110 miles an hour, slowing down to 95. You're not doing under 60 miles an hour normally. So you don't normally see things like the cable drums, the replacement sleepers, here's the other goods loop. You don't see the plate layers hooks. there's a lot of things you miss when you're going at normal line speed. Okay, we're not having to stop in the woods loop, which is good, because we've only got 2.3 miles to go. Speed limit starts coming down now for Preston. Each speed limit changes by 15 miles an hour, if I remember rightly. I do wish my laptop wasn't struggling so much. There's some rail in the track there, in between in the 4-foot. Something that some routes don't include. Spare rails, or replacement rails. Though, you look at a mainline railway these days, if they're replacing the rails, then the new rail does tend to be put in the 4-foot until it's replaced. Ooh, it's the ghosty! There's graffiti all around that bridge. We are 1.9 miles from Preston. Next signal's green, the one after that is yellow. Means the one after that will be red. Or single yellow. Should be just before Preston. Doesn't say which platform we're going into in Preston. We might be going into the avoiding line, or through line. We should really find out what the next speed limit is soon. I've got it on normal brake or loco brake. Maybe we should stop stuttering. As I said, I'm going to find out what's causing the stuttering. Hopefully, videos next week will not be like this. And I'll have sorted it. If this keeps happening, there may be a slight pause in the train sim videos while I work out what is going on, because this is somewhat annoying. I mean, we're 1.9 miles from Preston. We have been for the last 2 minutes, because it's just not moving. My laptop is frozen. Again. And I'm getting annoyed at it. Really annoyed at it. It says driver's brake. So that controls the train brakes. Straight brake is loco brake. Down to 35. So start braking. When it lets me. Come on. An initial service. That'll do. Won't go any lower because he's fluttering so much. and now the downline has completely disappeared because the flipping GPU's only at 8%. The CPU is at 28% for one core, 156% for the other core. Latency is horrible. There is something running in the background, and I don't know what. Downline's back again. End of the Preston goods loop. A bit more brake force. 35 is shortly after the next signal, and I want to be slowed down before, because we are 1.6 miles from Preston. I don't know which platform we're going into. Soon find out. If my laptop would let me. Come on, laptop. Stop freezing and just work. Annoying. If the GPU was maxed out, then I'd understand it, but it's not. Graphics processing unit is the highest I've seen it is 35%. Second CPU core is consistently high, but the primary one isn't that high, so it is down to memory. Something is running in the memory that shouldn't be, and I don't know what. Unfortunately, I can't run Transient World without having Steam running in the background, because that's how I downloaded it. It runs through Steam. It needs Steam on for it to work. OBS doesn't use much memory. I think it's about 2% when it's running. There's something in the memory that is causing this. So I'm going to look, and I'll finish this video, see if I can find out what it is and get rid of it. This is just getting beyond a joke. There's no way it should be doing this. Okay, I can release the brakes now. Even if it's loaded in trains into Preston station, by now they'd all be in, so it shouldn't have any stuttering. The scenery tile for Preston will now have loaded in, because we're just about to join up with the Blackpool branch, which is just over there, inside of those buildings. In fact, you should be able to see it any second. There shouldn't be anything causing stuttering now, in-game anyway. So there is something, a process running on my laptop that shouldn't be. It's only being switched on with the latest Windows update, or Windows downdate, or whatever. It's just really annoying. Okay, we're going into the left-hand most platform. There's Preston Cathedral. As current time, I am thinking of this summer catching a train to Blackpool, spending a day there. I want to film the trams, both the modern ones and the heritage ones. It'd be a long day, but I think it would be worth doing. If people are watching to this length, put in the comments, would you watch a video of the Blackpool trams? Bearing in mind, I would have to buy a train ticket to get there, and it would be an all-day thing for me. Leaving here around 6 AM, not getting back till gone 10 PM or later, and having to change trains, Stafford or Crewe, to catch the Blackpool Avanti service. Oh, there's a passenger service. I am not going to go into camp. Photo mode. Is it a passenger service? Yes, it is. We'll have the driver at the back end again. That's not the reason that my laptop's stuttering. If you have made it this long into the video, thank you for bearing with it. Analytics shows that only about 2% of people actually do watch through to the end. And I do a lot of effort making these videos. So, watching to the end shows me that people are enjoying it. Okay, I'm actually mostly making them for my own enjoyment. I share them because I enjoy sharing them. Same when I do the real railway videos. I do them because I enjoy doing them. Some of them, like when Britannia stopped here for water, May before last, I think that it was 2024 for that one. That video is my most popular video. It's got over 33,000 views. And it was just pure luck that the Bellman British Pullman went through in the northbound direction while Britannia was taking on water. The fact that it, for me, that was a video that effectively went viral. 33.4 thousand views when I last checked, or 34.1, something like that. It's considerably more views than any other video. Next highest has only got 8,000 views. So, something I did in that video, I did right. I just don't know what. But, as I said, I don't make these videos to make money. I don't earn a penny off any of them. Because I don't have enough subscribers. Would be nice to earn money from them, but I'm not earning money, and I'm not bothered about earning money. That's what my job's for, to earn money. I just do the videos because I enjoy doing them. Even the ones where I'm getting stressed, like this one. Okay, I'm going to have to start slowing again because it's a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit coming up. Go, a little bit of braking. Yeah, I enjoy making the videos. I share them because, well, I like sharing them as well as making them. If I eventually get enough subscribers to be able to earn money, then so be it. But at the moment, I don't have enough. I don't even have enough subscribers to start merchandising things. Not that I've got anything that can be merchandised yet. I'm thinking of doing calendars for next year, which I will do a community poll on as a separate thing, probably end of next month. See how many people would be interested, and then use photos I've taken over the years, both of Steam specials through Atherstone, some of the railways I've visited over the years. Last year's greatest gathering. I took quite a few photos there, as well as the videos. Some of those photos are good enough for a calendar. But unless enough people said they were interested, I wouldn't feel confident enough to have any printed, because they'd cost me money. And I'd rather not spend a lot of money to have calendars printed and then have no one buy them. But as I said, I'll do a poll before the summer, see how many people would be interested, and look into making them if enough people want them. Trying to slow down gradually, so I'm using the straight brake, which is the loco brake. We are going into the left-hand-most platform eventually. We are going to stop before the red, because we're going slow enough that shouldn't slow. I do wish my laptop would stop stuttering though. This is just a little bit annoying. Funny thing is, I have loaded into this route in free roam and just on foot in timetable mode, and there's been no stuttering. So I don't know whether it is something to do with these wagons, or a Windows down date. Oh, we're at platform 7. Could be a Windows down date. Could be the wagons. Could be something else entirely. But it is really, really annoying now. I mean, all of Preston has loaded in. Why is it still stuttering? Shouldn't be memory related. It's not GPU or CPU related. Something is in the memory that shouldn't be there. I've not got anything apart from Steam, OBS and this running. Or not that I've loaded up. So this is just really annoying. Okay, start the brake. running smoothly as we're coming to the end of the scenario. Keep a little bit more. And to get as close to the stop point as I can. Like that. There we go. Finally arrived at Preston and finished the scenario. With so much stuttering. As I said, I will try and find out what's causing the stuttering. If you have made it all the way through the video, thank you. Thank you for being patient enough to do so. Still struggling because it now, thank you. It's going to go into the menu now. Or go into the... There we go. Objective completed. 500 points. Distance driven. 3,270 points. Speeding minus 227.5. Yeah. Accuracy bonus 320. Coupling 500. Still get platinum medal. Distance driven 25.68 miles. No walking. Took an in-game 49 minutes 58 seconds. 50 minutes. All bar 2 seconds. In-game. Real life a lot longer because of the stuttering. And me going into photo mode. Hopefully, next video will be without the stuttering. I'm going to do 2 things. 1, find out if I can backdate the Windows update. 2, do a scenario that does not involve these FNA wagons. Because it's possible the wagons, it's also possibly the Windows downdate. We shall see. But until the next video, have a fantastic weekend. And until Monday, be seeing you.
Warbler Productions. Filming trains and events that happen in town.
Wearing his red trilby, Dale can be seen with cameras 3 all set up.
Steam trains and diesels, electrics and freights.
Dickens and fireworks, tractors at Christmas.
Warbler Productions.